Ladies and gentlemen, it is Parlay Friday. We are live. I am your co-host, Steve Armato. My other co-host, Anthony Saccone, is out today. He is in Miami living the good life because his birthday's coming up and his friends know people. But that's besides the point. I got my guy, Jack Parodi from the Game Day, joining the show today. For those of you who don't know, me and Jack had a podcast together for an entire baseball season, and the band is now back together. So, Jack, welcome to the show, baby. It's Parlay Friday.
Let's go, dude. Nothing better. I'm pumped. It's been way too long. Way too long.
Jack is the guy, but Jack is the person. I wanted to say this. Jack is the person who got me involved with NRFIs, the NRFI bets, the no run first innings.
Special bet.
I mean, I always hated it, and Nat Jack made me like it a little bit. Even though, what did we do? I was a nice fade on the NRFIs.
Yeah. I think every single time you took a NRFI, it didn't hit. So I should just slam Yurfie every time.
You know what? I hit a Yurfie yesterday because I was fading Joan Adone from the Nats.
Okay. Yeah.
Although he didn't give up the run, the Nationals actually scored in the first inning off of Bailey Falter. So that's what happened there. But, Jack, let's start with you, sir. First of all, moved from Chicago to New York here. How do you like New York? What's going on? Like, how is the city living?
It's good, man. I will say your dollar does not go as far here, and I did not realize that, I don't think, until I moved here. It's crazy. Like, New York is just like, I live in this 300-foot shoebox apartment for twice the rent I paid in Chicago. And just like, but I will say, the thing about New York I love is that there's always something to do. I live right next to Grand Central too. So as a baseball fan, I can get to Yankee Stadium or Citi Field within 20 minutes. It's insane. Like, that's perfect. That's
the good part about it.
Yeah.
Everything else is not the good part, because everything else is just like, everything's expensive. Like, even you go out to eat, you walk to the store, it's
Chipotle bowl is $16, $16 for damn Chipotle. Like, come on now.
That's steep. It's a little steep, especially right now with the inflation. That's what everybody's talking about. Everybody's talking about it. So I figure you got to throw that in there. But so tell us what do you do at the Game Day?
Yeah, I run all of our MLB socials, like Twitter, Instagram. Basically, like, my whole job, I guess, would be to watch baseball, go on Twitter, and like just scavenge for like highlights and different stuff happening. That, and like, I'll do, like, if you go to Yankee game, there's a good chance you'll see me this summer. I do these like man on the street interview type things for TikTok, where I just like ask really engaging questions just to like fans to kind of like rile them up, I guess. And then just it's fun. It's a good time. Basically, just watching baseball, talking about baseball is my job. So I could be a lot worse.
You had an absolute fraud on there on one of your TikTok videos. Guys wearing a Mets jersey at Yankees. Dude, Yankees against who? What do we do? What are we doing? Why are we wearing a Mets jersey?
That's the worst person of all time, dude. If you are the guy that goes to a game, and even so, say for me, like, if I'm a Giants fan, right? If I went to a Reds-Rays game, I'm not wearing a Giants thing there, even though neither team gives a shit about them. Like, I'm not wearing that there because I'm not going to be that asshole that wears the jersey to a game that my team's not playing in. Like, no. Just go neutral or buy yourself a damn hat. Like,
right. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
You're there to create an issue at that point, right? Like, that's really what you're doing. Is you're there, you're like, all right, I'm going to be this asshole wearing a Mets jersey at Yankee Stadium. You know what you're doing if you're doing that.
Exactly. And we don't want to deal with those people. So
no, that's the guy that's there. He's like, all right, I'm going to get drunk and I'm going to fight. That's his whole shtick.
Right. And that he's the guy that gets beat up too. So we know that.
He's the guy where his friends don't even defend him. They're like, yeah, dude, you did this to yourself.
So, all right, I got a question for you here. So I know you're not technically a handicapper. You're a content creator type of guy, just like me. But when you bet on baseball, what are some things that you look for?
Yeah, I mean, obviously pitching matchups are huge. Like, you can have the best team in the world, like the Red Sox, one of the hottest teams in baseball, but today they're starting a young guy that has an ERA over 8. Like, I'm not touching that. There's a lot of things you have to look for. Pitching match is probably the first thing I look for. And then thing with I do in betting in general, not just, baseball is look for things that kind of stand out that don't make sense. Like think about like if you're the lines maker at the book, like they're trying to bait you into taking something. So like just don't if it's too good to be true, it probably is. That's always like the motto. If you have if the Yankees ever are like minus 110 or minus 120 on the money line, they're trying to bait you into just fucking hammering that shit. Right. Like don't do it.
Right. No, you're right. I like where your head's at. Also, we got some comments here from Key in the building and Jaden Hopkins. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining the show today. Coach Dante, what's up? Everybody, look, this is great. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Spotlight Sports Network for bringing us in. This is the first show on the network today. So Jack, this is a big deal, man. Like
this is big, man. I've sweared a few times. Damn, I don't want to get kicked off.
You're witnessing history. You're witnessing history right now. This is the first Parlay Friday on the new platform. And look, let's get more into this. Let's talk about NRFIs real quick. Why are they the most exciting? But for those of you who are just joining, right? Just joining NRFIs, no runs in the first inning. Why do you love those so much? And why do you think people love those so much?
They're great because it's like, I don't know if a lot of people here bet on baseball. It's probably the least bettable sport, in my opinion, honestly. But I'd say it's because, like, when you bet in basketball, like, who's going to score the first bucket, that adrenaline that you have for like a minute or two, that's what that's baseball's version of it is the no run first inning. It's a 10-minute bet where like baseball, obviously, and true, like anything can happen at any point, right? That's what's so exciting about baseball, but having like a thing where it's like, all right, they just don't score for one inning. You don't even need offense or anything. I don't know. It's just fun. It's quick. It's adrenaline fueled. Like don't ever put a ton of units on it or anything like that, but a little sprinkle here and there. I always love the early game NRFI. That's one that I bet almost every single time routinely, and it actually hits like at a higher clip. So like
the early game NRFI, they're like the teams are like just getting started. They're like getting out of bed a little bit.
The day game after a night game NRFI, whoo, that's special.
That's a good one. I like the day game after a night game NRFI better than most, especially like the Sunday. The
Sunday where you're like, all right, we've already played these dudes enough. We played for 7 days in a row. Like, let's get out of here.
Like Mets Marlins on a Sunday is scoreless through like
First
7.
Of all, Marlins NRFIs in general are cash. That whole pitching staff is filthy. Like you could probably bet NRFI every single game for them and probably retire at the end of the year because they can't hit. They have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. It's too easy. Like,
see, that's what we're doing here. We're giving people some education on the baseball betting front. Now, we're gonna get into our picks. We're gonna have best bets. Like people that are just watching in the show for the first time, we're gonna have best bets. We're gonna have some juicy parlays. We're gonna do a live parlay as well on the show. But before that, I want to talk All-Star voting.
Ooh,
do they have the finalists right for the All-Star game here?
Name out did the finalists actually end up getting announced? Or are you saying just the last two?
No, the last two.
The last two, they do not have it right. Simply put,
who are you? MLB, I just do the money line. That's very smart. I like that. Key, the MLB money line is good. Mm-hmm. We will get into that about the 1.5s and the money line later. But why don't you think they have the finalists right?
Dude, there's a few that aren't right. First of all, fan voting is ridiculous. It should be abolished. Like, I am a fan that votes, and I voted for Brandon Crawford this year because I'm a Giants fan. I know damn well he don't deserve to go to the fucking All-Star game. All right, like the fan voting is too biased. Like, I think if you had the players vote or the coaches vote on like who goes to the All-Star game, that's a lot more fair. But like, all right, here's where I have it wrong. Love Vladdy Jr., right? He's the American League vote leader for first baseman. That's crazy. He's not having that great of a year, right?
So you're a Ty France guy.
Ty France has been raking this year, but no one knows because he plays on the West Coast.
Well, he plays for Seattle. He plays for Seattle. Seattle stinks. Actually, they're 500. Sorry, they don't stink.
They've been hot.
Mediocre.
They've been hot lately.
5 in a row. 5 in a row. I know the whole
thing. They used to stink.
Okay.
Giancarlo Stanton. What are we doing? What are we doing with him as the leading vote getter for one of the outfield positions?
I mean, the Yankees are. Listen, people fought me on this. If you follow me on TikTok at Stevie Locks, by the way, if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, even people get really upset when I said the Yankees are the most popular team in baseball, but they 100% like are the biggest brand in sports.
Literally, who would be more popular than the Yankees in baseball? You can't say the Dodgers. Not as many people watch Dodger games. They watch Yankee games because the Dodgers play at 10 o'clock Eastern time. The Yankees, whether you like it or not, are the most popular team. I don't know if I would say in sports right now, but at the very least in baseball.
Very least in baseball. But the thing is, the Yankee brand is known everywhere. Like if you go to other countries, people wear Yankee hats. They don't even know. Probably don't even know who they are.
You walk anywhere, you're going to see that Yankee cap everywhere you go. And it's like a fashion statement too at this point. Living in New York City too, every single girl's got a black Yankee hat with a black Yankee logo on the front of it because it's like stylish and cool and shit. But like whether you like it or not too, like as a sports fan, popularity doesn't mean that it's the most liked team. It's the most known team. Popular is not being liked. It's being known. People fucking hate the Yankees. Anywhere you go. You ask Mariner fans, they hate the Yankees. You ask Ranger fans, they hate the Yankees. You ask a freaking fan of the Fresno Grizzlies, and they'll be like, yeah, I hate the Yankees too. Like everyone hates the Yankees unless you're a Yankee fan. That's just how it works. But that's popularity.
I can't believe you just dropped the Fresno Grizzlies line, but we'll keep it at that.
Former Giants AAA team.
There you go. So now, all right, All-Star. I do think All-Star fan voting. I don't know if it should be abolished, but I do think that it shouldn't have as much weight as it does because like Fernando Tatis was like the 5th leading vote getter and he hasn't played. Crazy. He hasn't played this year.
No.
So
like, I don't even know why he was eligible, first of all, to get votes. Like that makes no sense to me.
No, I don't even. He shouldn't be on the ballot. That's the MLB's fault because Rob Manfred stinks. We got to abolish Rob Manfred. Worst commissioner in the history of sports. That's just not even close.
The fact that he wants to use robo-umps in 2 years is crazy to me too. Like that takes the whole catching aspect out of the game.
We don't play games on the we don't promote games on the 4th of July. It's the only show in town. We don't have you got the Yankees and Phillies sitting at home. What are we doing? What are we doing?
It's two of the biggest markets in the country right there, easily. The Yankees are, whether you like to admit it or not, they're America's team. Like it's just like how you say the Cowboys are America's team, you know? Like people love to hate them. And you have to play the Yankees on 4th of July at like 1 p.m. Like something like
what if you had Yanks Phillies? What if you had Yankees Phillies? Because we cross over now. What if you just did a yearly July 4th Yankees Phillies? Because now you got, well, if Judge resigns, but you got Judge and big team, and then Harper. They're head to head every 4th of July. Like, why can't we do something like that?
I love that.
Like, why can't we do that? People are like, oh, they outsource the scheduling. It's like, yeah, but you could tell them this is a tentpole event. We want this to happen here. Make the schedule based around this.
Yeah, what are you going to watch, WNBA or NBA Summer League on the 4th of July? Like, no, people are watching baseball. They want to watch baseball.
By the way, you're an absolute animal if you bet on NBA Summer League. Like you are a savage that I can't even hang out with. You've done it. That face says you've done it. You bet on NBA Summer League.
Chet Holmgren's first game, I hammered his over 12.5 points. He had 23. It was easy money. Like,
oh my God, this is unbelievable. All right, let's get into betting.
Yeah, man, come on.
All right. Let's get into the bets here. We've been rambling a little bit. Let's get it going. Best bet could be today, could be this weekend. What are you looking at, Jack?
Yeah, it's today. It's one. So like I was talking about earlier, for me, one of my favorite bets that I take is if it doesn't make any sense to you whatsoever, that's for a reason. Like take it. And I have no idea why the Royals are favored at home against the Guardians. The Royals shouldn't be favored against my high school baseball team. They're so bad. Like they are a really, really bad baseball team. And them playing against the Guardians, like they could sneak into the playoffs. They could catch in randomly sneak in as that 6th seed in the playoffs this year. I think the Guardians have not been playing too well, though. I'm going to take the Royals money line -125 because it makes absolutely no sense to me. And the Guardians have been struggling a little bit as of late. And it's in KC.
It makes no sense. Also, Key, Key, the Phillies are getting hot right now. So I don't know. I mean, the Yankees probably would win, but we could discuss that. We could discuss that as we go. But the Phillies are getting hot. Schwarber's getting hot, dude.
Yeah, but he's still not as good as Judge.
Yeah, I know. Judge is insane. But by the way, I know Judge is having a monster year, but Ohtani's going to win the AL MVP again. We could talk about that at another time.
Yeah, I actually think it's going to be Ohtani or Jordan Alvarez.
Yeah. So, all right. So, look, I like this bet here. I looked at that line this morning on FanDuel, and I was like, this literally makes no sense. No. It makes no sense whatsoever. That should never happen. But it should never happen that they're favored. So I like where your head's at. I'm going a little, I don't know if this isn't really risky. I'm going White Sox first 5 -0.5. So basically White Sox to have the lead after 5, not the money line. It's the run line. So there's a -122. White Sox are facing a lefty tonight in Tariq Skubal. White Sox are second in the MLB in OPS against left-handed pitching. They're very, very dangerous against lefties because it is the only pitching that they hit. They're like 26th against righties. It's weird. Now, Tariq Skubal, I know me and Jack both used to love this guy, but it seems like the scouting report is out on him. He's given up 19 runs over his last 4 starts. And he's facing the White Sox, who are second in the league against left-handed pitching.
That doesn't sound like a good recipe for the kid.
Not a good recipe for the kid. And then on the other hand, Lucas Giolito, he's starting to find it a little bit. He's had very good back-to-back starts. He went six innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, 1 run back-to-back. And although the Tigers' offense has been better over the last 2 weeks in terms of power and runs scored, I just think against the left-handed pitcher, the White Sox have a better lineup. When they're facing a lefty, they have a better lineup. So I'm taking them first 5 -0.5 at -122.
I like that a lot. Especially with Giolito against the Tigers. Like, he's been hot. The Tigers lineup is atrocious. Like, I don't know what it is with that water in Detroit or something like that they just cannot hit worth a lick.
So here's my thing with the Tigers. They have the most unintimidating lineup in sports. In the league, I feel like. Actually, no, the A's have a less.
I was going to say, I feel like the A's is just like it's a whole minor league team right there. Like,
yeah, all right. But the Tigers scare nobody.
No.
They can't. It's impossible for them to scare you. They're not good.
When Miguel Cabrera at this age is your best hitter, like you got some problems if he's your best hitter at whatever age he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's turned into he's a Hall of Famer, obviously. He's turned into a slow singles hitter.
Yeah.
So, and that's really not.
He's always going to be able to hit that opposite field single until he dies and like to the end of his life. But like at this point, you signed this dude Javi Baez for a crazy contract. You trade for Austin Meadows. Like, you have some dudes that should be producing that just are simply not. Like, I don't know what the hell happened in Detroit, but
they're just not. They're just not good. All right. Yeah. Now let's get to it, baby. Let's get to it. It's the reason everybody's here. It's the reason we come here. It's Parlay Friday. Okay? So this is the parlay segment of the show. Jack, what is your parlay today?
Yeah, we're calling it the AL East Southpaw parlay. It's really simple. It's a 2-teamer. It's a money line. It's not a first 5 under or whatever. No. We're sticking simple here, boys. We're going Rays money line against the Reds. We're going Yankees money line against the Red Sox. Now, why am I picking both those teams? Well, first of all, you should bet against anyone when they play the Reds because the Reds are a steaming hot pile of garbage and basically a team that plays in Kentucky. Like, it's just a bad team. They're awful. They can't hit worth a lick. The Rays are one of the most underrated teams in baseball. Oh, who do they have pitching tonight? The best pitcher in baseball this year, Shane McClanahan. He averages 12.2 strikeouts per 9 innings. The dude is a workhorse. He's been one. I feel like no one really talks about him when they talk about the best pitcher in baseball right now because he's on the Rays. But if you watch this dude pitch, he's like this this tall, lanky lefty, 3-quarter release that we've all seen that for some reason is just unhittable. He's filthy. So I got that. Just Rays money line. That's the first part. Second one, the next southpaw of the AL East. We got Nestor Cortez, Nasty Nestor. I feel like if you shaved your beard and just kept the stash, you'd low-key look like him a little bit, Steve.
Wow. All right. That's cool. I could take that. I can handle Nestor.
He's hot. So like but you have him sub-3 ERA going against a guy on the Red Sox. I know it's in Boston, so it's going to be a really hectic environment. But you have a guy in Nestor Cortez who's proven himself the last 2 years to be one of their, their closers, like not a closer, you know what I mean, but like one of their guys that can step in, win you a game single-handedly with his pitching. He's going up against a really young guy who has over 8 ERA in Boston. I just don't see any way that Boston wins this game tonight. I think the Yankees go up 2-0 in this series right now. But yeah, that's plus 160. It's not the juiciest thing ever, but it's still plus money. And I think that I'm not going to say it's a guaranteed lock. It's a virtual lock. Like it's about as close as you can get to basically saying this is free money. Like,
wow, this guy coming into Parlay Friday saying his parlays are free money. I like
it. It's a two-teamer. It's not two-teamer.
I mean, that's a pretty simple two-teamer because they're just better teams. And like, this kid Seabold, who's going for the Red Sox tonight, is going to get shelled.
He's going to get, absolutely. His tits are going to get just lit the hell up.
Yeah. He's toast tonight.
Yeah.
So, all right. This one, not as simple. All right.
I love it. No, you're known for the crazy ones. Let's see what you got.
I'm calling this one. Don't let us get hot. This is plus 1,009. All right.
That's what we like to hear.
This is why people come to Parlay Friday for this. All right. We're going to start. Shea McClanahan over 8.5 strikeouts.
Lock it in.
Seems like a lot, but the Reds, they strike out 26% of the time against left-handed pitching. Reds have struck out the most times in baseball over the last 2 weeks. McClanahan has only had under 6 strikeouts in 1 of his 16 starts this season. I'm going up to 8.5 here, mashing this. I'm doing this by itself too. Like, I'm taking that. Let's move on. Second leg. Orioles, money line. They are playing the Angels. They're at home. The Orioles, look, they're better than everybody expected. They're not that bad, but they shouldn't be minus 142 against anybody, even the Angels. All right. Over the last 2 weeks, Angels 29th in the league in OPS, dead last in runs. Tyler Wells starts for Baltimore tonight. He's given up 3 runs in his last 4 starts, and the Orioles have one of the best bullpens in the bigs. They are top. I think they're a top 4 bullpen. I'm all over the O's at home against an Angels team that's struggling. So that's leg 2. Leg 3, Mets, Marlins, first 5, under 4.5. Got Pablo Lopez. You got Chris Bassett. Every time Pablo Lopez pitches against the Mets, they just can't hit this guy. Marlins offense does not scare me, and I'm getting the hook with the 4.5. Lock that in. Last one. This is the riskiest one. Twins, Rangers, first 5, under 4.5. We got Sonny Gray against John Gray. Both of these pitchers have been way better than anybody's expected this year. And I'm doing a little page out of your book, Jack, where I'm actually looking at where I've bet on these offenses this year at points, and they've let me down. So I'm betting against them here. I think these 2 starters are good enough to get us the under 4.5. 2-2 game after 5 get you there. So you put all that together, like I said, McClanahan over 8.5 strikeouts, Orioles money line, Mets, Marlins, first 5 under 4.5, and Twins, Rangers, first 5 under 4.5, plus 1,009. Let's go.
I like it. I like it a lot. The last one scares me a little for sure. I feel like John Gray, like I can trust Sonny Gray, right? If you tell me I have to trust him for a bet, sure. John Gray, I don't know what it is. I can't trust that man. Like it doesn't make sense.
Well, it doesn't make sense too because he's also been the guy. You know who he is? He's been Brad Keller for me. If you bet on him, he gets destroyed. If you bet against him, he throws a gem. So I'm kind of just,
even today in my best bet, I'll know that.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one's going to be okay though. I like this a lot. We got the Snake Sports Talk Show. McClanahan will finish with 10 Ks tonight. That is a yes. Come on, he's guy's a stud. And then it is a weird line. Baltimore's favored that heavily against the Angels. Correct. That is a hard. It's similar to the Royals line. Why are the Royals favored against the Guardians? Is there a COVID outbreak in the Guardians clubhouse? What's going on? Why is this happening?
The Orioles one, I do think the Orioles honestly are just a better team than the Angels still,
Well, they are. They are a
Like,
better team. Also, Reed Detmers is going. He got sent down to guy threw a no hitter.
yeah.
The guy threw a no hitter, got shelled his next 3 starts, goes to AAA, and now he's back. He's not very good. The Orioles also over the last 2 weeks have been hitting. Like if you look at their runs scored and their OPS, I believe they're in the top 10 over the last 2 weeks. So this Orioles team is starting to come around a little bit. I love them tonight. I really do love them tonight. And now let's have some fun before we get out of here. All right. We got a couple minutes left. I did this for you. Let's take out the phones. Let's look at the sports books. And we are doing right now on the show, we're going to put together a live NRFI parlay. So
we got the pitching matchups right here loaded up. Look at that.
There we go. So I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for my first leg here. There's my dog, by the way, saying what's up behind us. Thank you to my dog for ruining the show, but that's okay. So the first one that we're going to do that I want to do live, and you could veto me if you'd like. Okay. I think we should go Mets Marlins here.
Yeah, I think that's an easy one. I'm in.
That's minus 136 by itself. So I think we got to go there. What do you like here? Let's do 4 legs. So this is a live NRFI parlay.
Okay, I really like that one. Let's keep that one. Let's see. I would say Tigers White Sox, but no, when you brought up the stats about the White Sox hitting against lefties, even though I like Skubal,
he hasn't been good. I mean, 19 runs in 4 starts isn't good.
You know what? I'll go. What about Rockies D-backs? Zach Gallen versus Chad Kuhl.
Where is that game?
It's in Arizona.
Yeah, let's do it. I like that. Yeah, if it was in Coors, I would tell you you're crazy. But
yeah, don't take a NRFI in Coors. That's just crazy.
It's just or at Yankee Stadium for that matter.
The bandbox they got.
Yeah, it's
little league field.
Douglas, thank you. Appreciate the kind words there. It's a great show. Thank you.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I love it. Great show. It's been a great show. We do great shows here. Wait, what? This is a tough slate. I'm going. You know what? Let's do. No, let's not do that. Let's not do.
What about Rays Reds? Luis Castillo, McClanahan.
I like that.
Easy. Like you're only basically saying, all right, Castillo has to lock down the Rays for an inning.
Let's do it. The under's minus 156. Let's put that in the parlay.
Oh,
let's go.
That's a gross line.
It's a gross line, but in the parlay, not that bad.
I'm fine with it in a parlay.
We need one more.
I'm not getting not Nationals Braves because
what if we do
Philly Wap?
What if we do Phillies Cardinals, Wheeler and Wainwright?
See, I love the pitchers, but the lineups, dude. Like you have Arenado and Goldie 2-3 for St. Louis.
All right.
I know fair. Phillies don't have Harper though, do they? Right now, he's still hurt, right?
Doesn't matter. Kyle Schwarber leads off. He gets into one. Schwarber. See ya.
Kyle Schwarber's great, dude. Him in the month of June, like
I know.
Last year and this year, that's just his thing.
I know. He traded for him in fantasy at the middle of April, so it's been great. Or early May, I think. Whatever it is. The Spotlight crew I'm shouting out the Spotlight crew because they are showing up on the live stream, commenting, being engaging. I love it already. I'm so happy to be a part of this, part of the network. This is fantastic, everyone. Thank you for the support here. We got, no, I can't.
I know you like Twins Rangers. You like that under. Why don't we just go NRFI on it too?
All right, that's fine. I was thinking that because, all right, let's do it. All right, we put those together.
We need a 4th leg. So
there's the 4-leg NRFI parlay, 4-leg NRFI parlay plus 833.
I'll take that all day.
So $10 get you 83 back.
Hey,
not bad.
Think about that. All you need is 4 scoreless innings total. That's it. We need 4 scoreless innings.
All right, so let's recap our live NRFI here. We got Mets Marlins NRFI, Rockies D-backs NRFI, Rays Reds NRFI, Twins Rangers NRFI. It's a NRFI parlay plus 833. You could lock that in for today.
I love it. I love it.
This is
crazy. I wonder what the odds are if you add that Cardinals one to it too. If you want to go a little crazy.
Oh, you want to get crazy? Let's take a quick look before we get out of here.
What do we got there?
Where are we at? Where is this? Oh, wow. The lineups do scare me, but all right. If you add it, it's plus 1611. So 10 gets you 160.
I mean, Wheeler Wayno is a good pitching matchup with just those lineups. I'm staying away, but if you
I'm
want
gonna
to go
stay away.
absolutely-
I'm gonna stay away. Plus
you want to go
833.
nuts.
No, we're gonna stay.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay away. All right,
Watch-
Jack. Go. What were you
Watch
gonna
all
say?
four of ours. Watch all four of ours go yes run and that one go no run though.
There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than you take a NRFI. Then you take a NRFI and it's a leadoff home run. There's nothing worse. Than that.
Yeah, at least like have it happen with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. You know,
Right.
like I don't need that just to start the game. Like, okay, great, yeah. Never bet NRFI when Ronald Acuna is playing. He is the leadoff home. He is the NRFI ruiner. He has ruined too many NRFIs with his leadoff homers.
Agreed. All right, now before we get out of here, Jack, the one question we ask all the guests on the show: You're stranded on a desert island with one athlete, dead or alive. Who would it be and why?
Wow. Okay. Give me a sec on that. Are tough. I for some reason am leaning Phil Mickelson.
Oh wow,
I don't know why. I'm just leaning Phil. I feel like he'd be a fun time, but I don't think he'd be gritty enough to. I was
gonna say he's not very. He doesn't seem very resourceful.
No. Yeah, I feel
he'd gamble all your money away.
He'd be a guy I'd like to go on like a island vacation with.
Yeah,
not a deserted island. A deserted island, I'll probably go so a little more gritty, a little bit more, a little something to him. What speaks gritty more than a gym rat himself, Wes Welker. That guy, an absolute workhorse. He's a guy, a real locker room guy.
All right, he's a glue guy. I like that. I think
you need a glue guy on one of those islands.
The best one we've had, Kobe. Someone had Kobe.
Yeah.
Last week. I mean, Kobe's great. I mean, come on. Like, he's getting you off that island. He's determined. Like,
I feel like, now that I think about it, Kobe's the easy answer. He's the only answer, honestly. Like him and MJ, like they're the only two people that are psycho enough to actually like do whatever it takes.
They're getting you off. They're doing
whatever. But they also could you got to be careful with them because they're so determined. They might kill you for some food to stay alive.
That's true.
You got to watch out for that. Wes Welker, he ain't taking me.
No, he's not. Wes Welker can't take you.
No.
You just clothesline him. He's like 5'5". He's like 5'5". Like, there's no shot.
Be fine.
All right. So that's a good answer. I love that. Before we get out of here, Key asked if we could recap the McClanahan parlay again before we get out of here. I will recap that. McClanahan over 8.5 strikeouts, Orioles money line, Mets Marlins first 5 under 4.5, and Twins Rangers first 5 under 4.5. Calling that
anything with Shane McClanahan today, bet it.
If you want, one of my friends likes to stack his strikeouts where he goes over 5 or 5+, 6+, 7+, like bets all those single.
Wow.
I'm like, you're an absolute lunatic.
That's kind of fun though. I mean,
it's fun, but
he's probably the way that books set odds up, I feel you can't be making money doing that.
No, because it's minus like 1,600 for like 5+ strikeouts. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
All right, Jack. Thank you for joining the show today. Tell everybody how they could find you before we get out of here.
Yeah, I'm just right below at Jack_Parodi on Instagram, Twitter. And then if you want to follow the content that I drop daily on just baseball in general, follow at the Game Day MLB. That's that's where I work. That's where I post like probably 10 posts a day, a bunch of stuff on Twitter, grinding over here.
Awesome. I love it. All right, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the Spotlight Sports Network on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all the social channels. Do not forget to subscribe to Parlay Friday, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, big there, wherever you get your podcasts. Everyone, thank you for joining today. Remember, if you want to be a man at night, you got to be a man in the morning. We'll see you next week.
Love it.